Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to show you the beginning process of starting my prayer binder and putting that together. I've seen a lot of videos on prayer binders on YouTube. I have not seen a lot of process videos of people putting them together and how they're setting them up. And so I want to be an encouragement for people who might feel a little bit overwhelmed like I am feeling, because I am feeling a little overwhelmed with this project. Not that I want it to be perfect, it's just that there's a lot to do. And if you're anything like me, you might be wanting to put a prayer binder together but not knowing where to start, or what you need to put in there, or what you want to put in there. There might be a lot of thoughts going in your head. So I'm here to just be an encouragement and show you that it's okay to just go with the process, do a little bit at a time, do what you can, and just let it kind of grow. And for me, I've been seeing all these prayer binders, and there's some really pretty ones. If you look on Pinterest and if you search YouTube, there's some really well put together ones. And there's also really cool war binders. This is specifically a binder for prayer. It's not really a war binder because I'm not putting my scripture notes or my devotion notes or anything like that in here. It's specifically just for prayer. I know in war binders people put a little bit more than just the prayers, but sometimes people do call these war binders. But I'm just gonna call it a prayer binder, and that's how I'm gonna set it up. So this is just gonna be for my prayer time. So if you want, I will link in the description below a playlist of YouTube videos that I put together of videos that inspired me to make this binder. So with all that being said, I just want to encourage you, it's okay to not get everything done at once. You can work on this a little bit at a time. You've been without the prayer binder for forever up till now, right? So waiting a little bit longer is not gonna be a big deal. And you know, it's gonna take a little while to get this set up to where you are using it efficiently. And even when we start using this, I feel like if you're anything like me, you're gonna find out you need to tweak things. So anyways, today I just want to show you the beginning process, but I did start doing a little bit in the binder, so it's not empty. I did make some dividers and put stuff in there, but I want to show you where this really started. And where it really started was in my brain dump journal. So this is my brain dump journal, and if you want to see a video on what a brain dump journal is, I will post that below. I have just made one the other day that I posted, and so I'll post that link in the description box below. But this is my brain dump journal, and I do some planning in here, like pre-planning for DIY projects. This is my new one, so I just put it together, so there's a lot of empty pages. I love that when there's empty pages in journals, but it's like a blank canvas, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, the initial thing that I did was I watched some videos on YouTube and kind of gleaned from other people's binders what I wanted to put in mine. So mine is going to look different than yours, and yours is going to look different than the videos that you watch, because you're going to tailor it to fit what you are praying about and what you feel like is good for you. And I really suggest you praying to God, asking him, what would you like me to pray for? And then maybe even starting with a list there. I prayed about it, and I put mine in the order that I felt that I needed to. And I put on here what I needed, like I felt like God was telling me to put on here. and then I did just a rough draft, and then I ended up with the final draft here for my first 2 sections. So today all I'm going to do is be focusing on this initial section, the number 1, which is the daily me. This is things that I'm going to be praying for every day for myself. And so I'm going to work on these 6 sections. And then this 7th one here, which is kind of like a subsection, but I might actually add the printouts into these sections. So I kind of added that as like a subsection. It might be there, it might not. But we're going to be working on these. And I already took these and I set up my, let's take this out of here and I'll show you. I set up my dividers. So what I've done already is I separated my me section out from the other 2 sections. So all of this is going to be the me section. And so the number 1 and 2 on my sheet here is going to be this section. And so I used this divider that came with the binder to separate the me section. And then I just took this from my old war binder and stuck it in here because I really like it. So I kind of just stuck it in there between the sections. And then I'm going into my different sections for the number 1, the daily me. These are things that I'm going to be praying about every day, or sections I go through every day. And so this is my first section here. This is the first divider. And then I took one of the dot journal or dot grid papers and stuck it in here, and I put a sticky note with the section in here, and I did that for each section. So I got my silence and rest, which I think I might change to quiet and rest, or my be still and no section, or I might just call it be still on the tab. And so there's that section. Then I've got my praise and gratitude, and I put that in there. And then I also took the pull-out calendar that came with the binder, and it has all the months on it, and I'm going to be using this for gratitude, so I stuck it in my praise and gratitude section. Then I have my reflection and confession. I have my self-forgive, no shame section. And then I have my prayer requests for self section. Then the last section is my scriptures, affirmations, and encouragement section. So that is the first section, and I think I'm just going to focus on that today. The rest of this is dividers for the daily me rotating section, and then I have some extra dividers in here. So I might actually take these out for a minute so that I can just focus on what's in here. I think that would be a good idea, so we don't get too overwhelmed, and then I can put them back in here. So I did want to show you, you can use what you have available. I actually have the papers that came with the binder here, and I'm not sure that I'll use the to-do ones, but I have the grid paper, and then there's some lined paper, and then there's the to-do paper, which I might actually use for prayer requests or something. I don't know if I'm really going to use this yet, but I sat it to the side in my pile to use with the papers. I also have some papers that was left over from other journals that I've had, and I punched holes in these. This was from an old bullet journal and it kind of fell apart. It has scriptures on the bottom. The numbers are all out of order, but I had these in my other binder, my 6-ring binder, and I just sat them to the side. It might be cool to take like one of these at a time to use in there, because I kind of like the junk journal-y feel to all my journals. When papers are different sizes and you know you have different colored papers and stuff, so I'm gonna probably use those. And then this was from another journal too, and I'm just gonna put those in my stack of papers to use. So these are all the papers I have that I had available to me already. I did buy a couple packs of paper off of Amazon. I bought this, which is supposed to be a planner. It has a cover on it, but it really is just dot grid paper. So once you take that craft part off, which I probably am going to end up using as a divider since I have it and I like the craft paper. And then there's one on the back too I can use as a divider that's plain. But it's really just the dot grid paper, and I'm going to be using this. I love dot grid paper. It is my favorite paper to use. I like it better than lined paper, and so I did get some of the dot grid paper. So we have this sitting to the side that I can use as paper. And the packaging kind of fell apart with this, but I am gonna stick it back in there regardless, just to keep the paper nice. So I might find something else to put all my paper in so that I can keep it nicer, but for now I'm gonna put it to the side in the package. And then I did get some colored lined paper that's 6-ring paper, and I haven't opened this yet, so I don't know what this card is. I think it's the shop that I bought it from. Yeah, it's the shop that I bought from. So I'm just going to stick that to the side. And these are packs of colored paper. So there's 3 packs of colored paper in there. This is one of them. I'll set these ones to the side for now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see how many of these I have. I didn't read the package, but I'm going to divide these. See all the different colors? I'm going to divide these into piles of 6 since I have 6 different sections. I'm going to add some of these, and I'm going to add some of the dot grid paper, and I'm probably going to add a couple of the papers that I had from the other one just to kind of mix it up. So maybe I'll do like one of each colored paper. So I'll do one of each colored paper, and then one of each of my other papers for each section. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come right back and show you. Hey y'all, this is exactly why I'm filming this video. I stopped to do the papers on Friday, and I have not worked on my prayer binder since then. I'm actually going to put the papers in here now, but this is exactly my reasoning. Stuff happens in life, and you might not be able to put this together like overnight or in one day, or you know, it might take you a while to get this set up, and that is okay. So what happened was Friday, when I was filming this, my husband actually got off half a day early because the warehouse where he works, their machines stopped working. So he was let out and I had to go get him real quick. Then we had Shabbat, and then on Sunday evening a snowstorm started, and my husband's been home for half the week and he just went back to work today, and it's Thursday. So all of that happened. So that is exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, that it might take you a while to put this together, and that is okay. Or, you know, it might take you like a couple hours to put it together. Who knows? It's go at your own pace kind of project. So anyways, I did separate the papers and I got them ready to put in the binder, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to end this video and start part 2 of the prayer binder. So this is what I had done. I put papers in here, the dotted grid, but now I have some lined paper that I'm gonna put. I have some cat hair on there. When you live with cats, cat hair gets everywhere, by the way. We have 3 cats. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them in each of my sections in the front. So I'm gonna flip this. And all I did was I took all these colors and I took one of each color, and I'm just going to put some in each section. So I don't know if I'm going to use all the papers, but I'm just going to put them in there for now. It will make my sections more divided, and there'll be extra paper in there if I need it. So yeah. Remember, I'm just setting up the sections at the moment, and so I'm going to put a little bit of paper in each of my sections. If later on I decide that I don't need that paper, I will just take it out and put it either in the back of the binder, or I will put it with the other extra papers. And so yeah, that's all I did. And we'll put, I feel like I missed a section. I might have missed a section, which is okay. So we've got 1 section, 2 section. That's the 3rd section. So yeah, we missed a section here. I was about to say I have some extra papers. So yeah, and there you go. I put the papers in each of my sections. So yeah, this was part 1 of my prayer binder setup. I'm hoping to film part 2 right after I end this video, so it should be up very shortly after you see this one. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in part 2.